If she was a dog, she would have been an Afghan hound. But she was not a dog. She was a human female.
Sorry, what?
Her breasts were clusters of grapes, like in the Bible.
Okay. What?
Are boobs made of grapes in the Bible? Her hair was black as night, and her skin was white as snow. She had been dead approximately 6 hours. Okay. Why wrote me in like that? I'm like, oh, what a weird way to describe a person, but then, they're dead. What's up, my Beardos and Weirdos? OneTopic here, and today we're diving into, I can't say back into because we've never gone into this before. Gonna be a little intense. It's men writing women, but worse. This one's called r/AliensWritingHumans, and it's as if everyone from Men Writing Women got together and was like, what if we did all this, but just like more terribly? I don't know how this is gonna go. I stumbled across this one accidentally, and let's just see how it goes, all right? Let's try to have some fun with it. All right, let's get started.
Did that really happen?
Said Maggie White. She was a dull person, but a sensational invitation to make babies.
What?
Men looked at her and wanted to fill her up with babies right away. She hadn't even had one baby yet. She used birth control. Is filling someone with babies something that people think about? I think it would be odd for a person to think about, let alone a plurality of that person.
I bought my friend 4 pregnancy tests. They all came out positive, and now she crying. She gonna ask me, how the am I gonna afford to feed 4 kids?
Math is hard. He stared at her with what was probably a normal amount of eyes. Probably a normal amount of eyes. 1 to 2. It's about the normal amount. And you can kind of eyeball that number to see whether or not that's a normal amount. Anything more. Oh. Number 5, grimace, a response to attention, as though in extreme pain. Number 6, preening, adjustment of clothes or hair in presence of target. Number 7, looking helpless, deliberately evoking male caretaking instincts. Head cant, what? Leaning head to lower height to mimic baby leaning on mother. Bottom wiggle, walking past the man with buttocks rolling in display of fertility. Challenge, a subtle display of defiance. Foot stamp! The foot is stamped audibly on the floor. According to a book on body language, this is how women flirt. I too walk with my buttocks rolling to display my fertility. Oh, this feels very much like one of those like one of those books on how to flirt with women. We asked a man. Instances. Oh, sheesh. I will never forget this. A lot of women go through the shoplifting phases, and this is inherently intertwined with their subconscious and the fact that they used to gather berries, nuts, and greens, etc. Women are programmed to be thieves because of evolution, I suppose. Yeah, I like how this is, apparently we shoplift because we are gatherers. Sheesh. 89,000 like, okay, it's gotta be ironic. You gotta be liking it ironically, please. Collagen isn't just for your lips. Here at Hole in the Wall Cosmetics, I don't think this is about collagen at all. I worry that I understood this one. But I don't understand. Where else are you putting it?
Pooping! Is it just me, or can anyone else tell the difference between their own poop and when the baby poop?
One more time.
Pooping! Is it just me, or can anyone else tell the difference between their own poop and when the baby's poop is passing through? What? No!
Let's continue on.
I've caught on to it a couple weeks ago, and I'm not sure if this is actually a thing, but I can tell the difference.
No.
I find it to be so interesting. When you have a when you have a when a baby poos, where do you think it would go? Where?
Can pregnant women go swimming? I am a man, so I don't know. Is it possible for pregnant women to go swimming without unintentionally drowning the baby? How can the baby breathe if the vagina is underwater? Should the women keep the vagina above the water so the baby can breathe through the vagina?
Did you know turtles can breathe through their butts?
Fun fact! Ladies are not turtles. Second fun fact. When you've got a baby, this isn't an air bubble. It's not a little submarine for the baby, okay? You're not gonna suddenly lose all of the air that the baby is using to breathe. Mrs. Feinstein was quite willing. Wearing the same dress as before, she had previously prepared herself for understanding Arthur Brown. She stuck her most sympathetic smile on her flesh-colored face. Her flesh-colored face! What other color would it be? Ah, yes, I know the perfect way to describe her, Patrick White, the solid mandala. Oh, I like this one. She was as tall as a tree, which was 6'2". What the f is a vulva? That's not a word or thing. Speak English. Is the word you're looking for vagina? Because that's what women have. Men have penises and testicles. Women have vaginas.
Thank you for the screenshot. I am in the middle of a conversation where I'm in need of examples of men who don't know about the female reproductive system.
You are now my top example. You know that scene of The Office where Toby is talking about Dwight, just saying, I wish the public school system didn't fail him so much. She strutted in my office wearing a dress that clung to her like saran wrap to a sloppily butchered pork knuckle. Pork knuckle! Pork! All right, a little bit of a voice crack. Bone and sinew jutting and lurching asymmetrically beneath its folds. The tightness exaggerating the granularity of the suet and causing what little palatable meat there was to sweat. Its transparency, the thief of imagination. Everything in the middle of that paragraph could have been cut out. She strutted into my office wearing a dress. Its transparency, the thief of imagination. Beautiful. Everything else, terrifying. Why? Desiderata rose and stood at the mirror, the longest mirror in Demesne, made just for her, so that she could examine herself from her high arches of her feet, up her long legs, past her hips and thighs, and the deep recess of her navel to her boobies, her upright shoulders, her long and tapered neck, deep cut chin, a mouth made for kissing. Not for breathing or eating food or anything, just for smooching. Long nose and wide gray eyes with lashes so long that sometimes she could lick them. With lashes so long that sometimes she could lick them. I've seen some very, very long falsies. Even then, it's a little bit of a stretch. Sheesh. Aaron's F-block was in the opposite direction over the big hill, whereas mine was past the shops and through the park. I didn't want our confab to be over. I didn't want to watch her naked Achilles tendon saunter away from me on their own. On their own. Hopefully still attached to her. I remember being very young and being in writing class and thinking, oh, I can't just say legs. I gotta figure out how to make this the most detailed I can. Her undulating calfeus muscles, flexing in their sauntering stride away from me. Sometimes just saying legs. Better.
Oh my god, please read this.
Don't let your kids watch it!
Dan! Dan, listen, we're gonna have to get a little bit creative about how we censor this, okay?
Can't be that bad, can it?
Myself over her and then drag my boobies across her back, just barely touching her skin with them. Slowly, ever so achingly slowly, I trail my now hardened nipples down her butt to the tops of her thighs. Ah, her hips are really grinding now. Inspired, I take my right boobie in my hand and stuff it up into my so she can feel my flesh all the way up and down. Her heat rises higher and her hips move more ferociously, sucking my boobie into her. This is the second time mine eyes have read this for all of you. We have survived this time, but at what cost? I hope Dan did a clever way of censoring a lot of that because, if anyone knows what this is from, can you let me know? I want to know if this is just a silly one-off or if the whole book is like this. If the whole book is, it might be worth reading for all of you, but
So, y'all know that periods aren't natural, right? Periods aren't natural. The hormones that they pump into the meat is basically what's in us. Our body cleanses it out. If you stop eating meat, you'll stop having periods, which isn't bad.
From Florida. It's been a long time since we did a video on people from Florida, but Florida, are you okay? Actually, men do have a uterus. It is smaller than a woman's, and soon men's uteruses can produce eggs and they can have menstruation periods. What? I can't even begin to describe how wrong this is. Oh, that profile picture says it all. I have vivid memory of health classes where we learned many things, including the parts of bodies. And I've been hitherto unaware of men's uteruses. My first read through, I thought maybe they're thinking of trans men, but reading through it again, I don't think so at all. Sheesh. Me, using logic in an argument. Mom,
I gave birth to you!
why not ferret?
And I can put you back in there! No!
Sometimes I read these and I get a little shaky afterwards.
Male baking sauce is swimming in your eyeballs. Know that guy from Tinder you hooked up with the night you met him? He lives inside you now. Forever. Casual adult time is disgusting. Stop.
No! Male baking sauce is alive! It is living cells. When it is injected into you, it swims and swims until it crashes headlong into a wall. And then it attaches and burrows into your flesh. If it's in your mouth, it swims and climbs up your nasal passages, inner ear and behind your eyes. Then it digs in. It enters your bloodstream and collects in your brain and spine. Stop. Like something out of a sci-fi movie, it becomes a part of you and you can't get rid of it. We are now only beginning to understand the full power and ramification. This is some weird anti-adult fun time propaganda. Don't fall for this. This is ignoring the fact that were something to invade your body like this, you do have an immune system. And if this was happening, we would have found out about it a long time ago. I think the average lifespan is like 5 to 7 days as well of the little swimmies. There's no way. There's just no way. And anyone who starts their post by saying that they're against casual adult fun time already makes me think that I need to read twice and between the lines of whatever they're saying. Sheesh. Healing was the strongest of magics and the most draining. The 8th bone crumbled away to dust in her hand, and she reached between her legs. It had done its work. Her hymen was restored. Stop. No. 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 Okay. Shay said, number 6, the baking matter from a man she has adult fun time with before will have their DNA make an impact on your child if you impregnate her. So you were indeed getting cucked, cheated on when she was having adult fun time with other men. 5 to 7 days. And also no. Dang, didn't even know that happened. I thought the ovaries or the vagina got cleansed during menstruation or something. If that actually happens, makes female promiscuity even worse. Healthcare education in school is so important. Soured candy. The base is there, but the execution is rather lackluster. Our bosoms need to be more brimming. Let the chest be your canvas and inspiration your brush. In fact, if you're a healthy female of breeding age, maybe I could teach you the ways of an art connoisseur over dinner. Have you ever had dinner with an artist? I bet not. So even though you haven't asked me yourself, I might as well tell you the gloomy details and get the whole thing over with. Oh, wow. Imagine in your "hey, would you like to date me" message, you decide to tell them, it's probably not worth it, don't bother. I'm 18 years old. I have dark hair. I'm a little over 6 feet tall. And I have green eyes, a car, and a country club membership. These are all desirable traits that fertile adults seek to propagate. Get back to me. Did you mean that the gloomy details were actually your personality? I just got asked out to dinner over DeviantArt after being told my art's lackluster because tighty not big enough. He sounds like he's a alien from another planet trying to figure out human courting customs. That's exactly what this whole subreddit is. Terrifying. All right, my Beardos and Weirdos, I think that's probably more than I should have covered in this video. There's more than my brain could take, and I need a break. I hope you liked this video, and maybe we'll come back to this one in the future, but I hope not. All right, my Beardos and Weirdos, let me know what you thought of this one in the comments. I spend hours after these videos go up just reading all of your comments and going through, and I see the number of you that are like, oh, T will never read this comment because if he does, he has to pin it. Those are the ones I skim past, my friends. The ones that give genuine reactions and actually have a conversation with me, I read through those ones. I really appreciate them. All right, my Beardos and Weirdos, we'll see you in the next one, where we take it one topic at a time. Roll that outro. Oh, right, that's gravel or something. Oh, okay, we're okay.
Hey everyone.
We're okay. Oh no, he saw me. Oh, get wrecked. Get absolutely wrecked.